Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on Lake Taneycomo. Going to do one cast today. It is Wednesday the 5th of March, correct? Yes. It's 5:37. We got quite a bit of rain last night. The amount, I guess, wasn't a lot, maybe 1.5 inches, but how it came down, it really kind of muddied up the lake. I'm up in the trophy area, which it actually is I think it's a really good color. I'd love for this to be colored up like this all the time. And we've got quite a bit of activity on the surface. Fish are midging. It's not, I know it. It's not horrible downstream. Down in below Fall Creek, it's not bad. Maybe a little bit dirtier than this, and as you go down further, it gets a little bit dirtier. There's a fair amount of leaves and debris in the water. Up here, not so much. I'm not sure why. I think, down below Fall Creek is where you start to see quite a bit of leaves and sticks and stuff. So Blake was up here fishing on a trip a little bit earlier, and so he gave me a report, and he said a black jig did the best. So I've got a black 32nd ounce on. I'm really tempted to go shallower because of these rising fish, but he said he was fishing 5 to 6 foot deep, and they caught quite a few. I don't think anything very big. So there's really no wind. The only thing I could give you a suggestion on how to fish this down below in the dirtier water is Blake said that he turned his live scope on around the dock, and he said a lot of the fish were 5 and 6 foot deep. Typically, I think when you have dirty water, the trout do stay closer to the surface. So instead of throwing out and fishing on the bottom, even if you're using power bait, I got him in the head. That's kind of weird. Even if you're fishing power bait, I'd fish under a float, and I'd fish it 5 or 6 foot deep in that dirty water. They're not supposed to run water tomorrow, so we're still looking at the same colored water tomorrow. So I gotta grab this guy. Actually got him in the eye socket. Not in the eye, in the eye socket. Not above the eye. And it's supposed to be pretty warm tomorrow with very little wind. There is a chance of, they said, severe thunderstorms at some point tomorrow, so we'll be watching for that. You can probably catch fish on the bottom too, but I'd definitely try that float. If you don't want to throw a jig, buy a little jig head and put some power bait on it. Fish it under a float. Missed him. It's pretty amazing. These fish have, I've been here 43 years, and they've just always hit jigs under a float. Had some people from Mississippi show me it the first summer I was here, how to throw a jig and fish it under a float. It just works. And doesn't really imitate anything they eat. Blake said he did catch some fish on a mega worm. He said black jig was the best. I would definitely try it down below Fall Creek. There is a little bit of current, so I am moving just a little bit. I'm sure the lake's still draining out since from the rain. They did run a little bit of water this morning for a couple hours, and I'm sure that's why this water is just a little less dirty. It's a big difference between last night and this evening as far as everything. Running water, dark, cloudy, rainy. When I left the dock, the water was just barely running. And by the time I got to the dam, it was running pretty hard. And I really kind of wish I had brought my inflatable life jacket. I should have put my other rare life jacket on. Thought about it a couple times. Blake went crappie fishing over at Bridgeport, which is on the James River arm of Table Rock, and the crappie were pretty grumpy today. And then my buddy Paul Cruz and his brother Martin, not Martin, yeah, Martin, went up the Spring River and caught some white bass today. Oh man, he just barely hit that. Ah, had him for a second. They are not hitting it very hard. I'm going to bring it in a little closer where I can really see that float. I about gave up on that one. You could probably catch them on a zebra midge. You could target these fish that are coming up. A little one. Oh, he's got a spot on him. Just one side. Ah! He came up and hit the float. Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina, Lake Taneycomo. Gonna do one cast today. It is Thursday the 6th of March. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. Not running any water. They haven't run water in a couple of days now. Watercolor down here is, I think, perfect. And it's really good all the way past our resort. There's some leaves and stuff in the water, but for the most part, this is good. So I was talking a little bit about yesterday's fishing to some guys and talked to them in the office, and I said black worked real good. Somebody else told me that sculpin was working good. So I'm going to try purple with a black head, and I've got a rental rod. These are rods that we rent. This one's actually, it's a Falcon. It's a little 6-foot rod. I've got the cat with me. Fishing at about 3.5 foot deep. I'm gonna try this for now. Might have to go a little deeper. We'll see. I'm right at the Sasquatch below Fall Creek. This guy's building a retainer wall. And there's Sasquatch. The wind's out of the south. So it's blowing down lake for me. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Classic rental rod. The line's underneath the spool. So, take the spool off, get the line out, put the spool back on. Set the drag. Now we're ready to go. Ooh, cast good. Casted way too far. So I have no idea. I assume there's going to be some fish in this area. I'm set up on the shallow side, throwing out towards the middle. Really nice chop. Nothing on the first cast. A lot of boats on the water already. I am going to move around quite a bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to pick a construction zone to do one cast. I want to kind of get down away from these guys. Yeah, I'm going to fish a little deeper. I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. Oh, I see some fish midging. That's good. Oh. I will have to say that whoever put line on this reel put too much line on it. And I have a problem now. This is how I find out how my crew is doing. Taking rental rods out and seeing if they work okay. She is vocal. Yeah, I'm gonna go just the opposite. I don't think I said I've got 4-pound line on this reel. We do have rental rods with 2-pound on them. But I really think because of the cloudy water, it shouldn't make any difference. Pretty much doing the same thing I did yesterday. If I don't get one in the next 2 casts, I'm moving. Somebody brought in a 20-inch brown, I think. I know it was a 20 1/4 inch fish. I think it was a brown a little bit ago. Okay, I'm gonna move out more towards the middle, and I'm gonna end up fishing over on the bluff. I'm also gonna fish deeper as I go out. Gonna go a little deeper here in a second. I'm just gonna get across. Okay. One thing I was going to mention is if the fishing is that much better up in the trophy area and you want to keep fish, you can always go up there and fish a jig and float and keep rainbows under 12 inches. Because for the most part, that's what you're going to be keeping here, down here. And there are a lot of those 11 and a half inchers up there right now. So do they not like purple? All right, let's try black. All right, let's just see if black works better than purple. Well, we dip. I guess they do. Kind of look like a bite. Wind's blowing me around a little bit. That's okay. I can just keep on throwing. slacken my line. That wind's blowing. Change directions. Too far. Maybe I'm too deep. I'm going to change the depth. Well, you guys remember me saying that I've been told that trout generally, not always, will swim up for something that they see and eat, but they, not going to say they won't, but they don't as often swim down to get something they see. Of course, unless they're rummaging on the bottom. But if you're in the water column, if you got your jig below the fish, I don't know if that goes for all species. I understand they try to keep baits above crappie when they fish for crappie. That's why I think you can be too deep and it'll hurt you, but if you're too shallow, it doesn't hurt you as bad. I'm covering a lot of water, and I've got a good chop. I don't know. Let me go back deep. I'm already to the, I picked up a leaf. Well, I thought I was going to catch them on the black. I'm going to go a little bit closer to the shallow side. Change the depth. Well, a couple more casts, I'm gonna go home. I really thought I'd do pretty good with this. I love the colored water. Yeah, I don't think it's because of the colored water I'm not catching fish. Actually, don't see anybody else catching fish either. Guess we're supposed to get storms tonight. I don't know if... I guess I could blame it on the weather. Oh, there's a fish edged out there. Edged again. I'll throw at that fish. Go in that direction. Ooh. One more. Oh, I got a problem. Watch me get a bite. Okay. I'm gonna go. Right in front of me. Thank you. I can't complain too much. Because they're probably my guest. We'll see you tomorrow.